Well, that lasted all of 5 minutes, literally 5 minutes. The string trimmer now not only won't suck up the string, but it literally ejects it. So no string trimming happening until we get a new one. And that's really frustrating because they're not cheap. I have a dentist appointment this morning, so I'm going to go do that before heading out to the farm. But our kitty Raven is pretty sick. So I might have to completely change plans today. I'm really hoping they can get her in. Over the last month or so, maybe 6 weeks, we've noticed that all of a sudden she's maybe twice a week throwing up her food. Not immediately after eating it. It usually happens at night. But all this time she's been acting normal, playful, super playful. She's 9 years old. Every morning she gets about 20-30 minutes of hard play time with us. And she was eating normal and all that stuff. So I was like, maybe it's just because she's getting older. But last night, started around 7 p.m. She can't keep anything down. Poor kitty was sick all night long. I'm super anxious about dehydration because pretty much anything she ingests, she throws back up. So, and she looks like she's lost weight now, when I'm looking back at photos from even just a month ago. So I'm worried. I don't want to lose her. I don't know what's going on, but I'm really hoping the vets can get her in. So the dahlia plan may be completely put off for a while, and that's okay because she's more important. So it's been 2 days since I last spoke to you. Raven we got our diagnosis. We've been in and out of the vet for 2 days. She's okay, but she's not well. So she has pancreatitis, which is making her vomit and not eat. And she's hyperthyroid, which is what the vet expected. That is not good, but it's way better than diabetes or cancer. So we're going to talk next week about treatments for her. In the meantime, we've been going to get her fluids as well as anti-nausea medication so that she'll eat. And she has been eating, but she basically is just laying around, which is totally unlike her, especially a hyperthyroid cat who's always pretty zippy, anxious, crazy. And she's been wanting to spend a lot of time sleeping on my lap, which is also unusual for her. So I've been just being with her. It is Saturday afternoon. It's actually pretty late. I spent the morning with her. She wanted to be with me. And so I'm out at the farm. I'm going to try with the busted string trimmer to get as much done as I can until it just completely gives up the ghost, which might be sooner rather than later, but we'll see. And then I'm going to lay out the dahlia bed with stakes and string and maybe start at least stripping off the top layers. I would really love to get that project finished tomorrow, Sunday, get everything in the ground. I also have to add a little bit of irrigation to the first dahlia bed I put in, as well as the perennial bed, the pollinator bed, because it has no irrigation right now, and we've had 5 days of no rain, and it's been warm, so I'm actually a little nervous. I haven't checked on things yet. Hopefully, everything's still there and not dead. And then there's also going to be tons of weeding and stuff too. So, but we'll get there. I'll get as much done as I can. It's pretty warm today. I've got extra protection so that I don't get, hopefully don't get, attract the bees, and also that I don't get blasted by stuff from the string trimmer. It's just so unfun. I mean, there's something satisfying about it, but then, it's uneven ground. And so I sometimes hit dirt clods and they fly up and they always go in your face. I don't know why that is. All right, let me get started. And then also we probably need to check and move some gopher traps. Well, that lasted all of 5 minutes, literally 5 minutes. The string trimmer now not only won't suck up the string, but it literally ejects it. So no string trimming happening until we get a new one. And that's really frustrating because they're not cheap, but it is what it is. So I'm going to really quick put this irrigation in. And then we'll start laying out the dahlia bed. At least I'll get a start on that. Okay, you guys, that's all I can handle today. The battery died. I had made a deal with myself that I would go as long as the battery went. So I laid out this bed. It is 3 feet by 24 feet. I probably will only have 2 rows because I'm going to put them all a foot apart. So I'll probably only have 2 rows of dahlia tubers in here, but that'll give them plenty of room. And because they're going to be in here forever, I'm not going to be digging these. So you can see when I pulled the tarp back, it has killed off a lot of the grass, which is pretty awesome. These plants right here, these guys right here are soap plant, I think. I don't know what the scientific name is. They actually get get saporific when it rains. They're fine, but they're really succulent, so they splatter when you hit them with the tiller. Originally, I had planned on just digging this, and I cut the far line here with the shovel, but it's heavy clay and very sticky. It's damp under here because it's been under a tarp for a while. And so I realized after cutting that first line, there's no way I'm going to be able to dig out this whole space with a shovel. But what I can do is till as deeply as possible and then scoop out what I till up so that then I can have a cavity to lay the hardware cloth in. Then I can put the dirt back in and I'm going to have to add a lot more in order to build it up tall enough. So, but that's going to take probably a couple of days. It's hard work. When I pulled the tarp back, there was a gorgeous gopher snake that was exposed and got scared. Poor thing. I got my phone out quickly because I wanted to take a picture, but he or she scooted off real fast. So they're back under the tarp. But such a beautiful snake. And I love seeing snakes like that on the farm because that's part of a healthy ecosystem. And yeah, we have rattlers around here. But honestly, of course, growing up in Florida, I learned how to do things like run away from the proper way to run from an alligator, and how not to be struck by a snake if possible. So I stay away from tall grasses and things like that, and I'm just careful. So yes, it's totally possible there could be a rattler somewhere around here. For instance, when I go to take apart this wood pile here, when we go to start building the high tunnel, I'm going to be extremely cautious because this has been sitting here for quite some time and it is an excellent den area for snakes. So we have to be very, very careful. I did get some weeding done for the 2 ranunculus beds, so they're freshly weeded. They'll be good. And I mean, they're starting to peter out. Like, they look gorgeous, right? Everything's so pretty, but these are way too far gone for harvest. So I'm hoping I'll have enough to harvest for this coming week. And the snapdragons are starting to come up, which is great. All these guys are looking really good. I think what I'm going to do tomorrow is I'll come out early if I can. It's Sunday. I'm hoping I can get a little more sleep. Come out early and transplant. I got zinnias and all kinds of stuff that are ready to go in. I'm going to get that stuff in, and then I can work some more on the dahlia bed because it's probably going to take me a number of days. I do have a very old, large tiller that I could bring out there. This is it. And when I say old, I mean this guy's like 40 plus years old. It is very hard to start, and I'd need to get some gas for it. But the bigger thing is it's so heavy. I don't know that I could push it all the way out there, especially with without having the area string trim, the pathways. I don't think I could get it out there. It's so heavy. It does have 2 wheels on the back, but in order to push it forward, you really have to lean down hard on the handles to get the front end up, and the front end is the heavy part. So yeah, I don't know if that's worth it. I think I'm just gonna charge both of my batteries and use my other tiller. The other thing is this beast here, the throttle doesn't stay in place. So when you put it into drive, you actually have to hold it there with your hand. So you're really only driving the tiller with your left hand, and you end up having to use your whole body. And I usually get kind of bruised when I use it because things bounce around and stuff. So yeah, it's much more fun, even though it's exhausting. that other tiller, because it's like, you know, I have to put my body in weird positions. I think it's a little better. So, all right, you guys, that's going to be it for this weird video. I'm going to go home, eat, check on my little baby kitty, and hope that tomorrow's a better day for her. Interesting thing is, with hyperthyroid kitties, the #1 treatment, that's like the gold standard, is radioactive iodine. So if we have I think we have a facility near us, and I think that's what the vet is going to suggest. It's really expensive, but there's no surgery involved. There's really no side effects for the kitty. The only thing is she has to stay in this facility for 5 days, 3 to 5 days, and then she comes home, and then we have to be like really careful around her for another 2 weeks because she's still going to be radioactive. But it basically affects a complete cure. It's astounding. And I know they do this for humans too, but I didn't know that. I have hypothyroid, not hyperthyroid. So iodine, radioactive iodine, was never an option for me. Anyway, I'll keep you posted on little Ray Ray. She's a very sweet kitty, and I would be very sad to lose her at 9 years old. So I'm hoping that we can get her into some treatment soon and things will turn around. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today, you guys. I hope you have a great time in your garden this weekend, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.